as well.
What I love about that, coach, it's like when he's happier, he plays better. And he was definitely happy with that contract extension. Let's turn it over to the venue announcer to find out the starters.
The NLEX Road Warriors. From Ormoc Leyte at guard, number 8, Robert Bolick. Also at guard from Santo Tomas, Pampanga, number 77, Cyrus Torres. From Guagua, Pampanga, at forward number 10, J.V. Mokoy. Also at forward from Lapu-Lapu, Cebu, number 18, J.P. Bahio. And from Lubao, Pampanga.
Will lead the game officials here in this one. It's set to be a battle at the top. I'm Paulo de Rosario alongside Coach Mark Molina. De Escudero is on the sideline for us. Coach, we take a look at Magnolia here. They're typically known, at least when we look back at their history, to be one of the better defensive teams in recent conferences. This time around, though, they've fallen in terms of their defensive efficiency. Only number 6 right now in terms of points allowed. NLEX Road Warriors, though, are at number 2 here in this conference.
And that's why they've been very successful in this conference. Coach Jong, despite the lack of a true center, NLEX is playing well on the defensive end. And excellent transition defense so far here in the first couple of minutes. And you're talking about defense, Paolo. But you look at the starting line of Magnolia. You have Alfaro, you have Baroka, you have Aris Junicio, Lucero. These are all individually very good defensive players.
Absolutely, Coach. As here's Aris Junicio. Couldn't get the 3 ball to go. Another interesting part of this ball game is that Magnolia are actually dead last in terms of starter points, Coach, here in this conference. Contrast that with number 6 for the NLEX Road Warriors. So getting to a strong start is such a bonus for Coach Vito Victorero. As Xavier Lucero extends the lead to 5.
He is a handful when that 3-point shot really becomes a consistent weapon here for Xavier Lucero. Bayo, that's a shot, but he misses.
Here's Ramirez. Ramirez is such a wide body. He reminds me of an Ali Beak with hair. As right now, Mark Baroka, wherever you are, Ali Beak, hello, good friend, as Ian Sanggalang. He can finish with his left in a variety of ways. He is no longer driving like a college student. He's now driving with so much more control, Coach, that you expect in the pros. As Ian Sanggalang with a tough finish again.
And we talked about the big men of Magnolia. There is an effort here on the part of Magnolia to get both Ian Sanggalang and Xavier Lucero the ball here in the first quarter.
Oh, and that's a nice swat there, come from Xavier Lucero. I just want to point out to all of the fans out there, si Lia, yung mascot ng Magnolia, the defensive stance rin. You can see in the top of your screens as we take a look at that tough finish from Ian Sanggalang. Ian Sanggalang against the big Ramirez. Ramirez, it's tough to move that man, but Mark Baroka there to bail them out. And cue the timeout for Coach Jong Wichico. Thank you so much for that report. That was Bea Escudero. Now just a reference what Coach Jong told Bea. I think it just goes to show how difficult it is to stop this Magnolia team, given it was a 13-2 start here before that triple.
And matchup-wise, you have a problem with Sanggalang because Sanggalang is a scorer in the low post, and with NLEX not really having a legit 5. Alfaro, one of the best guys actually in terms of making 4-point shots.
Peter Alfaro, sometimes you have to call him Alforo because of the way that he drains that 4 ball. But then a good answer here. They answer the 4 points with back-to-back 3s, talking about the NLEX Road Warriors.
Now NLEX offense starting to come alive. The 3-point shot is a big part of the offense of NLEX.
That was really desperate stuff. For those wondering, ano po yung percentage ni Peter Alfaro from beyond the arc? He is now 6 of 10. So that's 60%. I can do the math when it's 6 out of 10. Here's Junicio driving inside, and he gets a 2.
And once again, no real shot blocker in that NLEX lineup. It's a great job by Junicio in taking it strong to the basket.
Here's Semerad just avoiding Junicio. Oh, and the 3 balls start to go as Cyrus Torres with a big 3 here. They are starting to find their groove, but then the one thing that hasn't changed, Coach, is that they have yet to really get a stop on the NLEX Road Warriors.
That's correct, but offensively, they've taken 3 open 3-pointers, and they've made all 3 of them after that timeout by Coach Jong. So NLEX doing a better job in moving the ball.
Robert Bolick dispossessed by Alfaro. Xavier Lucero sailing in for 2. Robert Bolick insistent that that was a foul from behind.
He can handle the ball very well. He can shoot from the outside. He can defend in the perimeter.
So the challenge is unsuccessful for Coach Jong with Chico. We saw one of the angles that our referees used. So the ball will stay with the Magnolia Hotshots here. 10-point lead still, as NLEX Road Warriors are still struggling to get a stop. William Navarro, fresh off the trade. That's all Calvin Abueva, goes to the Northport Batang Pierre. Paul Lee lines up a 4, bang!
And talking about the 4-point shot, Magnolia has really taken advantage in that first quarter, making 2 already.
Well, you know what? This team has really embraced the 4-point line. Probably the best out of all the PBA teams here.
It's part of their offense. And then, off the turnover.
Mike Miranda back in the ball game for the first time since coming off that little break. Alas, attacking lap with no fear.
Excellent job by
Miranda, left wide open for 3. He has that range that time, no good. William Navarro for off the rebound, despite the pressure from Enoch. Here's Ahan Misi driving at Herndon.
I like that play. Even though you're not playing with a lot of minutes, he is still aggressive. And then he gets the 2-for-1 because this ball will come back to Magnolia.
It has been a dream start here for the Magnolia Hotshots. Just a couple more possessions in this quarter. Here's Alas driving, attacking, scoring. Important basket there for the NLEX Road Warriors. Here's Jerome Lastimosa as the Magnolia Hotshots continue to pour down the misery on the NLEX Road Warriors. Big rebound there from Nieto. Enoch Valdez running the floor, up ahead. Nieto to Valdez in the dunker spot. To take a look at this, Nieto head up. And good feed to Enoch Valdez after getting the commitment there.
Especially coming off a game against Phoenix where they only had 7 turnovers the entire game. They had 10 turnovers in the first quarter alone.
They are actually the best team, supposedly, in terms of ball security here in the conference, coach. And that has not worked out here. So here is Mark Baroka. And Sangkalang driving at Enoch Valdez.
And you can see
with the dagger to the heart in game number 1.
And he has done that pretty much to every team Indiana has faced here in the playoffs. So OKC, welcome to the club.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. Breaking hearts in OKC, who look comfortable, by the way, going to that fourth quarter. But anyway, back to action here in the PBS. Zabe Lucero. Him and Bo Belga are the 2 players I do not want to run into, ever. Here's Alas. Driving, attack. Oh, and back to Alfaro. Alfaro hit a 4 a while ago. 2 4-pointers already for this team. Aris Janicio forcing that shot up. That's going to be a block, and Robert Bolick comes away with the rebound.
Excellent defensive sequence coming from NLEX.
That's a lot better here for Coach Jong with Chico's boys. That's Robert Bolick here calling the shots. Winning for Ramirez. They let the guy wide open. Great passing, going strong inside. And Bonnie Policarpio marks his return to the team. Point deficit. As we take a look at this nifty finish, right timing there. It has been a tale of 2 quarters so far. Magnolia with the early blitz. And here is NLEX because they are storming back with JP Mocon feeding Torres. Torres, little bump, little push, and the shot is good. Here's Paul Lee. Big pick there comes from Sangkalang. And switch on Ramirez. Ramirez, he knows it's going to be hard staying in front of Paul Lee. And Paul Lee scores off the board.
The pull-up is also excellent from Mocon.
Similar roles, a bit of a different profile.
Wow.
Oh, Cyrus Torres, nothing but net.
To play against Ian Sangkalang.
Again, reminds me of an alley peak, just so wide. Doesn't have really that. I agree, but that's the story of the quarter here so far for Magnolia. Robert Bolick, what a fight for Ramirez. And Ramirez saying, where was the foul? Navarro's such a long player that despite the pressure from Policarpio. Oh, and what a quick move there from William Navarro. Where did that come from?
I like this move by Coach Chito Victorero to play small as well. Navarro and Lucero as your bigs, and then you have Baroka and Lastimosa in the backcourt.
Policarpio, Baggio rather. Baggio setting up the shot, and that will be a good follow from Robert Bolick.
Baggio is usually a good perimeter shooter.
Yes, he is.
But he has struggled as well in this first half.
So correction a while ago, it was Baggio guarding William Navarro, not Policarpio. As now we have Zabe Lucero attacking Cyrus Torres. Again, size advantage definitely on his side. As Lucero shoots over Torres, gets it to fall.
That's the correct way to defend him if you're Cyrus. You held your own in the post. You give him a little bit of space because he's explosive off the dribble. But Lucero just showing that improved three-point shot.
Take a look at the field goals this quarter. 5 of 12 for Magnolia. Has been a bit poor for them. Oh, and able to save the possession. Policarpio getting a nice 2-4, 4-point lead. Still a one-possession ball game here in the PBA. Because anywhere else around the world, it's a 2-possession ball game. Here's Lastimosa. Here's Mark Baroka now. Lastimosa on the attack. Kick out to Baroka. Gotta pull up. And that would have been a gut punch of a 4 had that gone in. Now Robert Bolick, the feed to Mocon, easy 2. And they create some distance again. Lucero hit a 3 a while ago. Gonna make it a second. Good line though, but here's Robert Bolick. A minute left here in the first half. NLEX have done a great job coming back from 19 points down. JP Mocon, he was giving up so much size against Zave Lucero, but the turnaround...
Twice to beat is still up for grabs. I think the winner of that game in EBA TNT will get a twice to beat advantage in the quarterfinals. TNT 6 straight wins after opening the conference with 3 straight losses.
Oh, don't look now, coach. The first taste of the lead here in the first shot of the quarter. Make that 5-0 run. And they go to Zave Lucero, who has been the main source for points as Lastimosa couldn't credit him with an assist. Sangalang turn around, you go left, Sangalang is all set up, it's always automatic.
And that's the patience of Sangalang. He got the offensive rebound, did not take the initial shot, but he knew that he was being defended by Cyrus Torres.
Here's Babes Bolick working against Mark Baroka, finding Ramirez, and Ramirez with the drive. That's a good stop from Lucero. But the ball stays with the NLEX Road Warriors. Hit with the foul, wide open, Cyrus Torres, no! And it goes to Dionisio, but then JB Mocon with the swipe. Robert Bolick says, let me try!
And finally the...
Down Robert Bolick. In Sangalang at the perimeter, and off to Mark Baroka. Show the switch, left open, and unable to get the finish. JB Mocon tried to get the rebound, but Jerome Lastimosa pounced. So Paul Lee is set to come in the next opportunity for the Magnolia Hotshots. Now here's JB Mocon. Another handoff here to Policarpio. Oh, I think JB Mocon trying to bully his way inside, and he's showing everyone how it's done.
That is a veteran scorer.
9 turnovers early, as you put it. Once we took care of the ball, we found our rhythm and played out our pace. So for the final 2 quarters, NLEX looks to maintain that.
Dave Lucero. Ahan Misi backing Bolick off the dribble. They have been looking for Robert Bolick on one-on-one situations, coach.
That's correct.
An opportunity for him to, earn those minutes here. Here's Lucero. Lucero, the jump, the shot, and the basket will shoot the bonus.
So you can shoot over the top of Mocon. This is what Lucero does. Takes his time and then just shoots over the smaller Mocon.
Unless Robert Bolick and company can find a way to score. Bolick against Navarro. He likes his matchup. A feed inside to Mocon with the reverse.
That's the connection between these 2 guys, Bolick and Mocon.
Here's Lucero. Working against Nieto. Size advantage. As Lucero to turn around Jay. Bahia. Trying to get Lucero to bike on the fake, but Lucero's too smart for that. But it doesn't matter. The little baby hook works for Bahia.
He made that comeback in that second quarter.
Huge part of it right now. And Magnolia have the lead after taking advantage of that offensive rebound from Zave Lucero.
He's doing everything right now for Magnolia in this third quarter.
Here's Nieto. Robert Bolick with the ghost screen. Bolick wide open for 4. Bolick answers back with a bomb.
That was just terrific.
Attracting 2 defenders now. They move things around. Alas, going back to Bolick. Bolick off the curl. Bolick,
wow.
Oh my goodness! Back-to-back 4s from bangs Bolick! 8-0 run by himself a while ago from Robert Bolick, interrupted by 2 free throws from Ahan Misi. Nieto on the move, goes straight to the cup. Easy 2 for Matt Nieto.
And now the floor is wide open for penetration of Matt Nieto because everyone is now looking at Bolick, and then of course Alas is also there.
Bolick has become the center of gravity here for the NLEX Road Warriors in the offensive end, but Ian Sanggalang gets 77-68 here. The jumper, oh, that's a tough look. Well, Lastimosa with a much-needed basket for the Magnolia Chicken Templadas Hotshots coach. There's a minute left to play here in the third quarter. Here's Kevin Alas.
He has played well here in the third quarter as well.
Yeah,
for Magnolia.
There's so many stars here for the NLEX Road Warriors, by the way. You have Torres, who was great in the first half. And then Ramirez with a big triple here to make it a 10-point lead.
And
he has been popping up everywhere, Coach.
And Ahan Misi.
Quarter scoring here, 36-24 in favor of the NLEX Road Warriors as Ahan Misi gets the first basket here in the fourth quarter. So we saw NLEX struggle in the first quarter, do well in the second and third. And then right now, Magnolia have one more quarter to save this game. Cyrus Torres now up top. Bahio. Little look tap there coming from Navarro. Alas working on Mark Baroka. 7 seconds left in the shot clock here for the Road Warriors. Alas getting free off the curl, attacking Navarro. The reverse stopped by Navarro. And that will be a great defensive sequence here from Magnolia. Right now, only Magnolia scoring this quarter so far. Brandon Ramirez, he hit a 3 a while ago. Wants another one! Brandon Ramirez, he is feeling it.
And he is having a career game here. Brandon Ramirez against Ian Sanggalang.
Here's Ian. He goes left, and that is money for Ian Sanggalang. But what about the performance here from Brandon Ramirez? He has been such a big factor, spacing the floor, good defender as well.
I like this move. Put Navarro on Ramirez.
That's going to be important there. You have Bahio free for a moment. Alas is free in the corner, and in the corner, Nieto's there, moving the ball around. Cyrus Torres. Swing, and bury that free.
You have to be very happy here if you're Coach Jong Yuchiko with the way NLEX is moving the ball around and finding their open shooters.
Here's Ian Sanggalang, who has been doing everything that he could to keep them within touching distance. 10-point lead again.
And NLEX executing all of this with Bolick on the bench. So give a lot of credit here to Kevin Alas and Matt Nieto.
Bolick and Mokon are both on the bench, Coach. Two of the guys that we normally consider as the floor leaders for this team. Here's Cyrus Torres. Working against Sanggalang. That's a tough basket.
Wow.
Oh, he still made it. That's a long 2 there for Cyrus Torres. But Ian Sanggalang there to make it up almost immediately. Coach Jong Yuchiko upset. Where was the transition defense?
To fuel their momentum and go on key scoring runs. So let's see if Magnolia can reset and respond in this final quarter.
On his right, it's 1-on-1 here. He wants this matchup. How about Robert Bolick? Now handing Kevin Alas. Alas extends and scores. Here's Policarpio. Mismatch against Ahan Misi. Pulling his way into the interior. Nice. Oh, the spin and the finish got the entire NLEX bench up on their feet.
I think he's probably won the most championships in the UAP when he was coaching with FPU.
Oh, really?
At Olympian as well.
Again, great company we have here, and hopefully we can have all of you.
Lucero and Sanggalang playing at the same time here for Magnolia.
There's so much length there, and Bolick gets a 3-pointer.
He has contained Ian Sanggalang from time to time in this game as well.
Oh, Brandon Ramirez practically plays around 22 minutes per game in terms of 3-point shooting. Here's Bolick. Bolick attacking Sanggalang. Oh, he extends just too quick there for Sanggalang.
And with 3 bigs, and you're up 16.
You basically take away maybe even 2 possessions in terms of the offense here for Magnolia. And that's a big basket there. A 4-pointer for Paul Lee to give them a lifeline here. Magnolia are still alive, but are on life support here. Here's Mokon. Ramirez again, waiting for Cyrus Torres. Gives it to Bolick instead. Bolick attacking William Navarro. Trying to feed JV Moco on a turnover here. Paul Lee with a turnover, finds William Navarro. Now Lastimosa, looking for the easy basket. Xavier Lucero gets it. And cue the timeout because Bolick being guarded by William Navarro. Here's Bolick. He tees up the long bomb right at the face of Navarro. A big three from Babes Bolick. Lastimosa driving, going to the corner. Navarro blocked there because Robert Bolick, it feels like he's just in one of those flow states here as he finds Policarpio inside for the reverse too.
Policarpio, whether on the post or on the attack, has been huge around in this game after that dominant first quarter by Magnolia when they were seemingly headed into a win here. NLEX just showing resilience and winning this game in double figures.
It was a 19-point lead for the Magnolia Hotshots at 32-13 at the end of the first quarter. And then you change that to what we've seen here today. Red hot shooting from beyond the arc. That's a late quarter for Jerome Lastimosa. That will change our final score.